other foot.
Okay.
And take your foot down. All right. You good? Now take your wrist, go way over. Other side. All right. Sit down. Let's do this one. Can you see me down here or not?
Yep, I see you.
Yeah, yeah. Sorry, I got a lot of glare from the sun on the on my phone, so I can't tell. I can't see myself really. So.
Gotcha.
Okay, feet to the front.
All right.
Butterfly kind of position. Push your legs down with your elbows. Pull your face into your ankles. Get in your stomach. Just look up. Now push up. Just kind of bounce back and forth, like shift your weight back and forth onto your feet. Okay. Yeah, I gotta take this camera over here somewhere. So now find a chair or like a sofa or something. I'm just taking this thing, and you're just gonna put both your hands down and just kick up straight sideways. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Keep your leg totally straight if you can. Don't bend it at your knee, even if it means you got to go lower. 9, 10. All right. Other side. After you do 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Try to straighten that knee out more, like totally straight.
All right.
All right. So I'm going to show you the basic Jenga now. Kuping, what are you doing, man?
I was doing esquivas into the bomba special and then doing a ganshu.
Great, okay.
I'll just do my own stuff if you want to show them.
All right, I'm going to show them just the basic Jenga and a couple of basic kicks. Then I'll try to like bring us all together, okay?
Yeah, no worries.
All right. Okay, sweet. So, okay, sorry, new guy. Sorry, what's your name again?
Oh, it's Wayne.
Wayne, yeah. Sorry, man.
Yeah, no problem.
I'm terrible. That's it. Okay. So basically, the Jenga is kind of like just like the basic step that we always do in Capoiera, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's it's kind of like the base of the whole thing. It's kind of like the rhythm of the movements and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And often when we play in a hodo, which is like the fight circle or whatever, if you've seen it before, we play to a certain rhythm, right? Whatever rhythm this bow-looking instrument plays, right? So
Right.
it just dictates the speed of the game. It doesn't necessarily dictate the speed of the kick. So, but whatever. That's like for another day. But anyway, so it basically, if you spread your legs, like have a good stance, like a good base stance. Put one leg back like this. Now it should be kind of like almost a triangle or a trapezoid, where you're going like this, right? You could almost draw a triangle, and your back foot always goes to the same circle, and your two side feet always end in the same circle, right? If you kind of draw a triangle, it doesn't have to be exactly a triangle. It can be a bit like a trapezoid. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
What you don't want to do is like this, like cross. Yeah, you don't want to do that.
Okay.
Yeah. While you're doing this, your torso is always forward. Your toes, I'm kind of bow-legged, so don't look at me. Your toes should be pointing forward. You shouldn't be like, can you see my back foot?
Yep.
Yeah, it shouldn't be like that.
Okay.
It should be toe forward at the back.
Okay.
I'm kind of bow-legged, so I kind of mess that up, but do what I say, not what I do.
Gotcha.
Right. So now while you're doing this, watch my arms. While your left leg is back, your right arm should be up as a block. You don't want it to be too close, and you don't want it to be too far. You're kind of like just it's covering your mouth but not your eyes kind of thing. So you're looking, it's kind of like you're peering over your forearm just before your elbow, if that makes sense.
Gotcha.
And you should hold it there, like not limply, like it's a block. It's a full-on block. Like you should be able to absorb kicks with that.
Okay.
Got it?
Yep.
Your other hand is kind of going to be like in the back like this, right? And the reason for that is nothing else. It's just like, it just helps with torque once you start doing these big kicks. So as you go, switch. Yeah. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. You want to feel tension on your back toe. So your back foot shouldn't be flat on the ground. It should be on your toe.
Okay.
And you should feel some tension here, right?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Where like a lot of the strength of some of the kicks comes from. So, yeah. Yeah, just try to get your torso a little lower without bending your back. I've got bad posture, so again, do what I say, not what I do.
Gotcha.
But like, if you want to you kind of want to get lower. You don't want to be standing straight up like this. You want to be relatively low.
Okay.
The lower that you can do the Ginga, the better off you're going to be in a Hoda. Like if you're super tall and you can get super low all the time, and you train your muscles to do that, then you're actually going to have an advantage most of the time. So, because lower and you're just going to have a lower center of gravity, and you're going to be harder to take down, basically.
Gotcha.
That being said, you'll notice a lot of us are quite lazy with getting down low. But anyways, there's the advice.
All right.
Yeah. So I'll show you a couple of the basic ducks. Because getting away from a kick is better than getting kicked. So that's the most important rule of capoeira: is head go away from foot.
All right.
So basically, unlike other martial arts, I mean, we basically try to duck and escape at all costs. We don't try to absorb many kicks. We almost always try to get away from them or duck them.
Okay.
In capoeira, basically. So that's kind of different from, I know, some other martial arts which kind of work on blocks. We will block, and that's why you got your hand up, but you mainly want to just duck absolutely everything that you can, right?
Gotcha.
Block if it's too quick or whatever. But
Right. Okay.
yeah. So anyways, back to this is called base, just, when you're like relatively like squat and like down. So the esquiva lateral, just a side duck, is just like this. Yeah, so this leg you want to be straight, and this is about not quite 90 degrees, but about 90 degree switch here. And this hand is up here, kind of like blocking. Yeah, exactly. Other side. Other side. Other side. Go back and forth like that for a sec. Somebody just come in.
Yeah. I'm not sure who.
I'm on my phone, so I can't really see who's on there.
Oh, they must have left.
They took one look at me. They're like, "Fuck that shit." Yeah. All right, Wayne. Yeah, just keep going back and forth for a bit like that.
Okay.
Make sure to keep one leg should be completely straight, and the other leg should be bent.
Okay.
That's called esquiva lateral. Esquiva just means duck.
All right.
And lateral, side duck, basically. So now try doing it with the Ginga. So go back to the Ginga, what I showed you before. The Ginga is like the movement. Mm-hmm. So you come up and you duck into the step and into the, like if I'm stepping on my right foot, then I duck right.
Gotcha.
Got it?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then that same, yeah, exactly. Perfect, yeah. Yeah, that's right. So step right, duck right. Same foot goes back, then you go into the other side. Back, yeah. As you get more comfortable with it, really try to shoot down into a duck, because the faster you can get down and the faster you hone your instincts into doing that, obviously the better it's going to be for you when you're playing.
Okay.
Cool. All right. Let's turn that into let's work with a kick with that. If you want to jump in, Hoopy, I'm just gonna kind of go off what we were already doing. Sure. So here's what we're gonna do, and if you have trouble, just let me know, Wayne, and I'll slow shit down for you, right? So just gonna do Ginga like this. Step into that duck, and when you come up, you're gonna do a kick, a martello. It's like this. You go down here. Actually, just a sec. Koopy, you do that. So I'll show you what the kick is like first, Wayne.
Okay.
Basically, it's just like I don't know what you call it in Taekwondo, but I'm pretty sure you have a variation of it. The way we do it, we call it martello, which means hammer. You come up like this, and then slap. It's like a slap with the top of your foot.
Gotcha.
And it comes in to the side. So basically, you're in the Ginga position, right? First thing you want to do, you switch this front foot so it's pointing this way, your toe. Mm-hmm. You come up, knee first, and then you kick like that.
Got it.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure you guys have a variation of that in Taekwondo.
Yeah, it's a round kick, back leg round kick.
Yeah, right. So just watch, you see my hand is way out here when my foot is out.
Uh-huh.
And this hand is here protecting my face.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And the more as you kind of get better at it, swinging that hand out is helping with the balance. And same with putting my head down allows me to kick higher. In some senses, what I like to say to people is, you almost want to you're trying to headbutt your own knee as you do it. Balance. right?
Okay.
Both the swing of that hand and like bringing your head down, both are gonna help, right?
Okay.
Right. Try other side. Make sure to point your toe first. So it's like you're doing a Zinga, then you turn, go. Yeah. And don't worry if you can't go super high in the beginning or whatever. It's just one of those things the height is just, it gets better over time. Focus on doing it correctly. If you have to do it low, that's no problem.
Okay.
Everybody can test, me and Kupin and everybody else who's ever done capoeiras. We all get excited in the beginning and try to do it really high, but do it wrong. And then you've got to like take like 5 steps back, like once you're like 2 years in and figure out how to do it again.
Right.
So,
Right.
yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, so if you can, start low and then just work on height.
Okay.
Yeah. So what we're doing here, you're gonna do that duck, the one I showed you, and then you stand up and then kick from the side. Normally we kick them back, but just, yeah, other way. So my head is here. I'm gonna kick this way.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll do the other one in a sec, but yeah.
All right.
This one's kind of funny because since you're down here, you kind of got to switch that left foot as you're coming up.
Right.
Your body will force you to do it anyways, but.
Okay.
Right, so step in, this side, kick, back, other side, in, back. Try to bring your foot back at the end of the kick, right? Yeah, keep going on that for a sec. There we go. Okay. So now we're going to try to do the opposite. Same duck, but we're going to do the kick with the other foot. Okay. So you're going to do the Zinga, same thing, going the same way here. Except this one's kind of different because as you're going in, you're ducking and then you kick.
Got it.
If you have to duck first and then kick, that's fine. In the beginning, do it with that pause, but as you get better and more comfortable with it, you can make it kind of fluid. So, meshing the two kind of together. So you don't really pause and then kick, if that makes sense.
Right. Okay.
So, here. 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 Oh yeah, the other cardinal rule of capoeira is never look at the ground. Always keep your, if you're in your living room or whatever, just try to focus on some point on the wall. Like that's your target, right?
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. All right. So, how much space you got there? You got enough space, you think, to do a cartwheel?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yes.
All right. So we call it an AU. It is a cartwheel. The only difference is, I think at gymnastics they look at the floor, but we, like I was just saying, we always keep our eyes forward.
Okay.
Right. Just like this. You don't have to worry about it being super straight, especially not in the beginning. And even in general, it's not like we're trying to make it look, well, sometimes we try to make it look pretty if we're doing a show. But if you're using it in an actual Hoda, think of it more like a straight up and down cartwheel is not going to benefit you. You know, you want to kind of bring those feet up as if it's kind of a kick. Like it can be used as a kick. You know what I mean? Like, so no worries. Let me see you do one. Let's see how. All right, yeah. You're fine, man. Yeah, okay, sweet. Sorry. Just checking in the sense. I never know how gymnastically capable or incapable beginners are sometimes. We get all kinds of people walk in, so.
Right.
So you look good. The only thing you want to do is keep your feet legs a little straighter.
Okay.
Like don't bend your knees as much when you go into it.
Okay.
Even if it doesn't matter if it's low, like it can be like this. You know, it can be quite low. Keep your legs straight.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that's better. Yeah, just try straightening it out even more.
Okay.
All right. So yeah, let's just go back and forth. Okay, let's do some jingle. And on, go. Kupin, do one-handed if you want.
Okay.
Cinco. Seis. Sete. Oito. Nove. 10. All right. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Yeah. And so there's two kinds of capoeira, Angola and Regional. And with Regional is the one we do, which is like more like fast and acrobatic.
Okay.
And Angola is a little bit more low and slow and low to the ground.
Mm-hmm.
They do out like that sometimes. So if you do it like that, it's fine. As long as, you know, in the beginning, it's fine.
Okay.
So we're gonna put that with the first one. So basically, go like this. Okay. Yeah. Esquiva lateral on this side, and then go this side. And back to Zinga. Esquiva lateral this side. Here. Back to Zinga. Esquiva lateral. Esquiva. 6. Nove. Yeah. Usually we count in Portuguese. You're kind of lucky because your first class is with me, because our master basically speaks like 10 words of English. So.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Mostly like you're a failure. No. You're not worthy.
Right.
No, actually, you don't know that many words, but yeah. You know, it's like kick, duck, or not. I don't even know. Yeah. Anyways. So let's put all three of those together now.
Okay.
Think of the order. Okay, so go to the side. You're gonna esquiva. And then kick inside. So back left, cartwheel right, kick right.
So
Make
back-
sense?
So back left. So the left leg goes back?
Goes to the left. Oh. Okay.
You're actually only in a straight line for this whole thing. You kind of like remain in a. You don't put your leg back until the very end.
Oh, okay, okay.
Because if you're in this base position, you can still kick.
Right.
Typically, you like to kick from the back because it has more force, but sometimes you want to kick from this just because it's faster, right?
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, it's here. Okay. Then do a couple of zingas. Go down. Keep going, keep going. Let me just see how you're doing. Yeah. Okay, Kupin, I'm going to show you something that I was planning on doing, and then I'll kind of show him how to do it afterwards. But I'll just show it to you first.
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah, just take a look, Wayne, if you want, and then
Sure.
I'll show you these steps one by one. So
Okay.
do queixada. Once you stop queixada, go into that back. Kind of like small kid at Jahing, end up in negativa, and then as you're going like flowing with it, do chapéu de couro.
Okay.
Got it. I'll do it faster here. You got it?
Yep.
Yeah, sweet. Looks good. All right, cool. Wayne, so I'll show you the first kick there.
Okay.
We call it queixada. So you're in Jenga position, right?
Mm-hmm.
Your arms up, your foot's back. Then you turn to the side. Now both of your toes should be facing the side, right? And you're like this. Now you step forward with your front foot, and you step back with your back foot. You step behind your front foot, right? So it's like this. As you do that, you see what I'm doing with my hands?
Yeah.
Yeah. Basically, that's where the kick comes from. Yeah, let me see it. Sorry, I didn't miss that one.
So here.
Take us. Yeah, it's basically right, but it's okay. You're in Jenga basically. Like your toes are pointed forward. As you go sideways, you step over here with this front foot. So I'm here, a step. Here, a step. And then after you step, then that back leg comes up behind that front foot you step. Yeah. that motion is key. You see how I'm twisting my whole torso?
Mm-hmm.
As I step up, I go from here to twisting my torso to the front and keeping my arms up to block,
Okay.
right? So watch. It's like this. Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And that tension that you create by twisting your torso, follow through that tension and lift your leg up and around. Just twist it around. Yeah. Your leg follows that tension. Just as you've twisted as much as your body can possibly twist. It's like an elastic band, a lot of this stuff, right?
Got it.
A lot of capoeira comes from creating these tensions. So you feel this spin, you feel the tension like kind of coming down your torso here.
Yep.
And then once you can't, yeah, your foot just follows that naturally.
Got it.
Yeah. I think you went a little bit too much to the side there, Kupin, when you went down.
Okay.
If you try to keep it tighter, you'll get your chapéu de couro a little bit higher.
Oh yeah.
Because if you follow that, I know it's hard to like keep the torque controlled when you spin around on the ground there.
Yeah.
But if you keep it tight, then you'll have better control.
Mm-hmm.
You're just kind of going off to the side too much, and that's where you lose control there.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go, Wayne. Yeah, looking good, man. Try to keep that front foot that kicks straight, a little bit straighter. You're pretty straight, except right in the very beginning, your knee is a little bit bent.
Okay. Got it.
Yeah. Like I say, even if you've got to do it lower in the beginning, that's fine, but try to work on form and then lift up your height or whatever.
Okay.
Yeah. You got the mechanics of it good. I think obviously, like everything, as you probably know in Taekwondo, you just need to do it 500,000 more times.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. We were just talking, me and Kupin here, about how, like, once you start getting with the really advanced acrobatic stuff, you forget that to get the basic stuff, you did it 5,000 times, and then you complain that you're not getting this really complicated stuff. But then that's because, like, you forget what it was like being a beginner when you had to do the basic shit so many times to get it. And then everybody forgets that, and they say, oh, well, I just can't do this acrobatic shit. It's like, no, it's not that you can't do it. You literally just need to do it 1,000 more times. So.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, anyways. So,
I'm just getting some water. I'll be right back.
yeah, sure. All right, Wayne, I'm going to show you another one.
Okay.
So, if that's Queixada, that's called Queixada lateral, and don't worry, nobody ever remembers the names for a few times, for a while. But so Queixada de frente, which is this similar kick, is just like that. You might have that in Taekwondo too, probably. It's a similar motion with your leg. You're going the same way around, but you're starting from Jinga position.
Got it.
Rather than going to the side.
Okay.
So it's just switch back, you go around. Yeah, exactly. But watch what I do with my hands. Like this.
Oh.
Yeah, it's like you kind of switch them while in the air just to kind of, protect your face, and then also it helps you equalize the torque.
Gotcha.
So just run off like 10 on each side of that, and I'll just show something else for Coupin here.
Okay.
All right, man. You back?
Yeah.
All right. What was I gonna do? Yeah. Had it in my head. Okay. Just do this. Go Capoiera into Negativa into straight into Chapéu de Couro.
Okay.
It's similar to what we just did. You're just going into it different.
Yeah. So wait, it's going this. Oh, okay, interesting. Because it's going the same way. Usually we do contra.
Yeah. But no, you're flowing with it. You're flowing with it in the sense because, yeah, well, here, watch.
Oh, yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah.
You just need to do that funky little foot switch to make it switch or to keep it going the same direction. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Bomba always seems to tell us to try to go into it the same exact way, but I don't know. Of course, then he plays in the Hoda and he does 6,000 different things, as you know. Cool, Wayne. All right. One more. I'll show you another one now.
Okay.
It's just basically the opposite of that. You start from the back and you come in, counterclockwise rather than clockwise if you're, from your perspective.
Gotcha.
So you're back, you go around, and you end back.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
We're back.
That's called meia lua de frente, front half moon kick, basically.
Okay.
So just pay attention to your arms. Again, you switch what? Yeah. I'm not sure, Coupin, you're doing something. There's something you should be doing there to get your foot a little higher when you do your Chapéu de Couro.
Yeah.
I'm not sure exactly what it is. I can't remember. I figured this out once, but I think it has to do with hand placement. Just a second.
Okay.
Let me just troubleshoot it here, figure out. You might need to put your hand out a little farther when you first go into it. So instead of having it right next to your body in regular negativa, you put it a little farther. See if that works.
This.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah. Or just aim higher, man. Like just look higher and see what your body will probably figure out what to do with your leg. Like put a chair in front of yourself or something, That's probably the easiest way to do it.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah, that one was really low, for example. That it might not be that. Just try to focus on, just look high.
Okay.
At that point, like aim high and look high. Even put a chair in front of yourself or something as a target might work. Because that way you know you got to clear it. You know, borrow somebody's kid or something, you know. Yeah, sweet Wayne. Just like keep that leg again always straight. Never bent your knee. Yeah.
Gotcha.
I mean, while you're kicking, your front knee and Jenga should be bent. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But when you come up to kick, your legs should always be straight, right? Yeah. I've got a slight bit of a crook too in my knee when I do it, but I mean, from years of doing it slightly improperly, but you know, I'm always trying to fix it. But your legs should be always straight during almost all of these kicks.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Cool. All right. If you want to get on to the ground in this position, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, for starters, this is a duck. It's called cucurilla. You pull your left hand down and your right hand up. You should be sitting on your heels if you can, not on your toes. Like you should just be sitting here on your heels.
Mm-hmm.
That's cucurilla, right? Whichever way the kick is coming from is which arm goes on. Yeah, that's an easy. Well, it's an easily done duck. So now from here, we got another one called negativa. It's like this. It's kind of dark. Can you see me? Probably not. Huh?
I see you.
Yeah. Okay. So can you see my front foot?
Yeah.
For this one, I'm sitting on my heel. I'm up on my left toe, and I'm basically sitting on it. You know, like I can do it with. If you can't do it without your hands, your position's slightly wrong. You should be leaned a little bit more forward, though. Right?
Uh-huh.
Be really hunched over, like your head is right above your bent knee.
Oh, okay.
So you really want to be leaned forward.
Mm-hmm.
And your front foot is just laying dead there. It's like you see it?
Yep.
Yeah. So let me show you. Let me go on the side. Here I am on the side profile.
Oh, I see you. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Got it?
Yeah, I see that.
Let me go in the sun. I ended up in the shade. I'm going to move my operation over.
Okay.
But yeah, keep going on that. Oh, that's why. No, the sun's just behind a building for a second, so it'll be back. So let me see. Try to go into it again. Yeah. Okay. So bring your front, the one that's stretched out. Bring it. It shouldn't be straight. It should be lying there, dead. That leg.
Okay.
In the sense that if I step on your knee, it's not going to hurt you.
Got it.
Think of it that way. Yeah, so it's kind of like twisted to the side. So literally like, you know, if somebody pushes or steps on your knee, it's not going to hurt it. If you're like this, you're going to get your knee broke, right?
Right. Okay.
On the side like this, you're fine. So your hand is flat on the ground on the side. You should be balanced enough you can do it without your hands.
Mm-hmm.
And this hand is just up as a protector up here.
Okay.
And you need to be leaned forward a bit more too. Yeah, exactly. That's called negativa. So this position we go into a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Now, from here, try kicking out this leg. Okay, so the foot that's on the ground, you kick that out. And you step over it, yeah. So that's called like negativa hole or hole. So You can stay down, switch, go over. Yeah,
Okay.
try doing that. Just kick the leg out and turn all around it, but end up in exactly the same position.
Gotcha. Here.
No, you're going the other way. Other way.
Ah.
Yeah. Yeah, so kick that your stretched foot out, kick it off to your, yeah, exactly. But try to stay low on it. It's like you rotate around it like this.
Oh, okay.
So when you do it, you basically, the foot that's on your ass stays on your ass.
Ah.
And you just kind of like pivot around that front stretched out foot.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, that's basically it. And then come back down on that same hand, though, at the end of it, right? So go around,
Okay.
do it. And then back on that hand, and your other hand, yeah, perfect, yeah. Yeah.
And then you switch.
Except keep the foot that's on your ass. Don't kick it out. That's something else. That's another whole movement. So for what we're doing right now is just this.
Gotcha.
Perfect. Yeah. Yeah. You still need to be leaning forward a little bit more when you land and when you begin.
Right.
Yeah. I'm just gonna move my phone a bit. There we go. Now I'm in the sun. I'm doing this all wrong. I got it. I'm just setting myself up here so I'm facing the sun. That'll be a lot better. There we go. Yeah, that looks a little better. Eh? I'm a little brighter now.
Yep.
All right. Cool bean.
Yeah.
Wait, give me 1 sec. I got something for you.
Yeah, no worries.
First of all, I was gonna say let's do some AUs where you pause in the middle with your legs together. Remember we were doing that a couple weeks ago, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just
Okay.
where you go into it and just lock your feet into a bananera for a second and then continue on with your AU.
Sure.
Yeah, it looks good, man. Just belt off like 10 of those.
Sure.
Yeah. Hey Wayne, are you flat on your back foot? I can't tell from looking at it.
No, I'm over my toes.
Okay, sweet. Yeah. Okay. Sorry, I couldn't tell by looking at it. Cool. In this one, you switched feet somehow. I think because you tried to kick out with that foot. Really, the foot that's on your ass just stays glued to your ass. Imagine it's like just glued to your ass.
Got it.
Kick the front foot out a little bit before you go around as well. So like I'm gonna be like this, before I go, I kick this out, you see? Like I kick it out, go around. Switch, kick it out, go around. Switch, kick it out, go around. That kick just gives you a little bit more impetus when you're moving to go fast.
Gotcha.
Just grab my water here. Yeah, Cupin. Okay, I got something. Basically, goes like this. Here. Down. You go into it the same way, except just snap up. Basically, so you're gonna do
Chiva into a Hastera into an Ole.
Hastera, negativa, but then snap up instead of doing Hole. And then at the end, you shot it from that position. So
Okay.
Here, snap up, kick.
Okay. No, wrong way.
Yeah, that's good, yeah, exactly. All right, Wayne, I probably did enough damage to your knees for one day, all right? So I'll show you something else.
Okay.
This one is just like a sweep, a foot sweep. It's a trip. It's called hastera, which just means dragger, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
So if you go into that like backward position like this, you're gonna put your right hand or whatever, you put this hand down on the side and you drag your left foot. So if you put your right hand down, you drag your left foot and you just drag it forward like a sweep, and it does a full like circle, basically. You want to literally drag it along the ground though.
Okay.
Now what's really going to give you force here is you put your right hand down first and you start dragging your foot, but about the whole time, your other arm, what it's doing is basically going over your ear like this, right?
Mm-hmm.
As you drag around, you're basically just trying to put that arm down on the ground. And the force is what carries you. Basically, if you don't feel tension starting from your elbow all the way to the leg that's dragging, then you're not doing it right.
Gotcha. Okay.
Basically, because that's where the power, this is what's going to give you the power to take down somebody who's built like a tree trunk. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Because if you're just dragging your foot based on its own force, on the force of your legs, you're never going to have, the strength probably to take down somebody like our master, for example, who's built like a brick shit house,
Gotcha.
So, yeah, but once you put your whole body into it, when you put that other arm over your ear, because it makes the tension forces your drag, and you'll notice it when you do it right, that it automatically makes you drag more. You don't actually put that second hand down until you're like 50% done with the circle, right? It's the tension of trying to put it down that drags your whole foot around them. It's probably a lot to take in for now. Just like keep playing with it. You'll eventually know what I mean.
Yeah, it's a little tricky, but it's gonna take some practice.
Yeah, exactly. But just mess with it for now anyway. So just sit here, go to one side. Yeah, just keep going on that for a while. Hey, Koopy.
Yeah.
Hey. Just find a bench and do some of these,
Your video cut out.
Rip off some helicopters. Oh wait, what did I do?
I don't have a bench. Put a bench in my apartment.
You'd be surprised. It's hard to find a good bench.
Yeah.
Like the right. Fuck.
The park ones.
Somehow I've lost. Sorry, I've lost the video somehow. Back to meeting. Okay, sorry. All right, sorry about that. All right, so let's do that thing. What's her name? That Amazonas was teaching the other day. Let's do some more of those. Those are cool, man. I was doing that. I forgot about that for a while.
Was the Amazonas?
What's up?
Was the Amazonas?
No, Amazonas, like Professor Amazonas, the female teacher or whatever.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, anyway, she was showing this shit on one of those Zoom cast things when this whole pandemic started, and I forgot about the things she showed for a while, but it's pretty cool. I think I showed it to you too at some point. So basically, you're doing Jenga, right? Stop, step back, like steps forward but backwards, and then come around with martello passando.
Do it one more time.
Yeah. So you're here.
Yeah.
I'm going here. Step
Okay.
from behind.
Yeah. And then passando. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
You want to give that a go?
Sure.
Wayne?
Yeah, I'll try it out.
Yeah. Let's throw you into the boiling water now. Did you see what I did? Here, wait. Oh, shit. I got that. So I'm here in Jenga position, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then I go to the side like this, kind of like in the beginning of that queixada kick. Except instead of stepping forward like this, you do the same thing as in the queixada, but you step it all the way forward. And now I'm facing the other way.
Right.
Now from here, I put my hand behind me and kick all the way around. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Let me see the first one again. I missed the first step.
Okay.
You got the kick right, but let me see the. Yeah, perfect. Just try to put it down. Don't put your hand down so much before the kick comes. Put your arm down as the kick is coming.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Kind of like your foot should already kind of be up in the air as you drop back. And Kupin, well, both of you guys, Kupin, you got to look more when you take that first step, right? So you're in Buddha, you're down here. Make sure you look under your legs when you step backwards. When you step forwards, backwards. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So Wayne, what that means essentially, all of this stuff, even when there's a few movements where we kind of have our back turned to our opponent or whatever, but we're always looking. Even when you do this thing that you were negativa, remember?
Uh-huh.
Even while I'm doing that, you see I'm watching you here.
Right.
I'm watching you underneath.
Gotcha. Okay.
So you always got to keep your eye on it. It's like Capoeira has a lot of trickery, right? A lot of it is, it's called malicia, which means maliciousness, right? So it's basically you turn your back. It's like faking out, and a lot of there's fake upon fake upon fake. A lot of it is based on that.
Gotcha.
So the point is you may not seem like you're looking, but you got to be looking.
Got it. Okay.
And the way to do that here is as you step forward, you just got to really drop your head low.
Got it.
You're just hanging your head down so you can see what's happening. Yeah.
Okay. Got it.
Oh, and Wayne, that kick is pretty much the exact, not the exact same, but it's the same kick that I showed you, the very first kick I showed you. The hammer, the martello, we just call it a martello passando, which just means pass through martello.
Uh-huh.
So rather than kicking and bringing it back, you're just following through.
Got it. Okay.
Right? So this being the regular kick, you bring it back, but you can also just follow it through, right?
Gotcha. Okay. I thought it felt familiar.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and there's like a lot of variations to a lot of these kicks.
Yeah.
It's not like, I think Taekwondo is a lot more like people somehow all of the various schools have agreed, and it's kind of like more standardized. But like in Brazil, like none of these guys ever agree on anything, even the names of the movements. So it's like you'll see a lot of variation on a lot of things, and everybody's all trying to say that their way is the one true way. And even our master will lecture us about that if you ask him some question like, "Oh, but I heard this other group calls it this other thing." It's like, "Oh no, those assholes from Rio." usually means a 15-minute lecture. So.
Right, gotcha.
Us older guys in the group have realized that that's not a question. It's not one worth asking. But don't worry, you'll probably make those mistakes yourself and learn. But whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Kupin.
Yeah.
Let's do some macaco and pays.
Sure.
So. Just try to straight up do well. Let me see. Wait. Try to do it like that with a queixada lateral, and then fall back into it. So you kind of like are just reversing your motion a little bit, right? So go.
So.
Yeah. Yeah, and then just keep trying to lean back as much as you can. Like, honestly, mine sucked like 3 months ago before I started going to this park and doing it myself again. But because I remember I used to be able to do it. And this is seriously just one that will actually get better the more you kind of push that tension from turning it into a regular AU to like leaning back more and then.
Yeah. Can I do it standing or do I have to do the queixada lateral?
What's that?
Can I do it from standing? It seems easier to just.
Yeah, man, if you want to do it from standing, if you want to give it some of those and then try with the queixada after. I mean, you don't have to do the queixada if you want. Just try to go in for the macaco and pave.
I'm going into an AU, I'm not going into macaco.
Yeah, it just means you just want to lean back more like this, right?
Do like a. Oh.
Try to like, if your left hand is down, try to kick out that right leg.
Yeah, I think I need to start with just doing this.
Essentially, it just comes down to you having to push your comfort zone for that like lean back portion.
Yeah.
And the more you push your comfort zone over time, the better it's gonna start looking.
Okay.
Well, eventually you'll start. And honestly, it's just one of those things I noticed where one day I just realized I had it, and I'd probably had it for a while. It's just that you get over your paranoia of going farther back.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But it's not like macaco or like hey Versa where, something needs to snap correctly into place before you get it, right?
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna try it with I'm gonna try doing it with a chair. So.
Yeah. Look backwards when you do it too, right?
Okay.
All right, Wayne, I'm going to show you Mealuja Compasso now, which is like one of our probably cooler basic kicks.
Okay.
Well, I don't know. It's towing that line between basic and... So it's this, it looks like this, basically. Right?
Right, okay.
I did put them in a row there. It doesn't have to be, yeah. So
Gotcha.
essentially, you're here, you're standing forward, and then what you do is you point your toes to the side now. You go from regular Zinga position, point your toes to the side. You put your arms down between your legs. So it's like if you drew a line between your two hands, they're perpendicular to your 2 feet.
Okay.
Right?
Uh-huh.
My back, now I'm leaning into my front leg and my back leg is straight.
Okay.
I'm looking under my armpit forward. Okay, yeah, it looks all right, except no. So your arms are now parallel to your legs. Your arms need to be perpendicular, and one of them in between your legs. Your front arm or your back arm. If you're facing me, right? You're facing me. So your back arm needs to be behind. Like if you drew a line between your 2 feet, it needs to be almost behind that line. Here, watch that. You see?
Okay. Gotcha.
Can you see the way I'm looking under my armpit at you?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the way you want to be.
Like that.
Yes, exactly. Now lean forward a little bit more with into your front leg, and your back leg needs to be totally straight. Totally straight, no bent knee. Okay, so your back leg is going to come up backwards all the way around. So when you come in,
And that hand that's on the ground, that just comes up?
well, at the very end, they stay on the ground. Just keep them on the ground until you can't possibly do it any longer. So watch.
Okay.
It's kind of like you tuck in, and at the same time as I'm tucking in like this, I tuck in with my hands and my back leg kicks around. I'm kicking with my heel. Keep that in mind. Yeah, that's it. That's it. That's the basic mechanic of it.
All right.
You need to keep your hands a little bit longer on the ground. You need to like bend it, lean into it a little bit more, but you've got the basic mechanic of it.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, that's not bad actually. Okay, so you're putting your hands right now behind your leg. What you should be doing is putting your hands between your legs. So if you look at me on the side, I'm putting my hands here. This hand, my back hand, is kind of like going between my legs, and the other one is in front. It's like a cross, right? My here's my two arm, my leg, my arm. So it's like this. Right? My fingers are both pointed backwards. Of all my 10 fingers, like I'm facing this way right now. Right? So.
All right, Makao, I gotta run, but thanks for class.
Yeah, dude. Cheers.
Take it easy.
Have a good one, man. Yeah, I'll talk to you on Monday to see if you want to fuck around in the park. I don't know what. They're probably going to cancel it anyways because it's a holiday, right? But
yeah.
But if you want to just go mess around, yeah, I'm down. If I'm around, but I'll give you a shout.
Yeah, sounds good.
All right, cheers.
All right, later.
Take care.
Yeah. So, okay, let me see it again.
Okay. I can go from this side, so here. Then I turn. My hand should go here.
No. Yeah. So face forward again.
Okay.
Okay. Put your backhand in between your legs.
My backhand goes in between my legs?
Yes. Yep. Put it down on the ground. Now put your other hand in front of your legs in a straight line to it. Now look at me. Yeah, and look at me under your armpit. There it is. That's exactly how you should be in the beginning. Your back leg is straight. And kick with your heel towards me, towards the camera. Yes, that's the correct, exactly. That's.
Gotcha.
It's harder to do it slow than it is to do it fast, so that's why it didn't work out very well. Because you kind of rely on that rotating torque. Some of these things in capoeira are honestly much easier to do faster than they are slow.
Gotcha. Okay.
Because you're working on momentum and stuff, right? So the momentum of you kind of tucking in and under your legs. You want your legs to be fairly well spread, like. Yeah, that's right. Exactly. You gotta tuck a little bit more in between your legs, though.
Right, yeah, I felt that.
It might be because your initial stance isn't wide enough. That might be bucking you a bit.
Okay.
Because you see, when I do it, you see how my leg is? You see this back leg is totally straight, and I'm really leaning into this front leg, right?
Right.
When I go down. So I go down here, like that. He kind of has us do, he has us do exercises a lot, the master, where we just go down like that. Do one ringa, go down. Go down. And just make sure to look under your armpit as you do that. And that's just like the base of the meia lua de compasso. No, you're wrong arm in the wrong place.
Trying the other side now, so it's here.
Yeah.
And then this arm goes here.
That's right, yeah.
And I'm going to this arm.
Just looking towards me under your front armpit. But that hand also has to be down on the ground.
This hand.
Yeah, both hands. All 10 fingers pointed backwards towards your back foot. There it is, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Right. So, yeah, it's essentially the move. You got the movement right. You just got to get better at getting between, because if you get between your legs, you're tucking in more and you'll have more power to it.
Gotcha.
Like you can kind of do it the way you're doing it, but you're going to be a little bit off balance and you won't be able, you'll hit a plateau in terms of speed and force.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
So here, here.
If you look at my front leg, the more you kind of like bend into it like this, when you do the kick, the more force you're going to have. So when you go down, like you kind of like even bend this knee a little bit backwards. But I mean, that's like as you know, after you do it 1,000 times, you start worrying about that more.
Gotcha.
But yeah, just give that a go. Like try a few on each side.
Okay.
I see what you're doing. Okay. Here's part of your problem. You really got to lean into your front leg as you do this more, and that'll help get you. Because even when you're between your legs, your arms are actually closer to your front foot than they are to your back foot. Like they should be kind of here, not closer to your back foot.
Gotcha. Okay.
What you need to do is lean more into that bent knee on your front. Lean more into it as you go down.
Ah, I see that.
Yeah. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Yeah, that looks much better, yeah.
Okay.
And like I said before, like with all these kicks, try to keep your kicking leg straight. It's pretty bent. Yours is pretty bent right now, but kick.
Gotcha.
Yeah, kick lower and correct rather than high and incorrect. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yep.
Yeah, that looks better, yeah. Yeah, that's called Mea Luigi Compasso, which means compass half moon,
Got it.
basically.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. That's looking better. You just need to do it like 100 times, and you'll start to look a little smoother.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the one you see sometimes when they win the mixed martial art, when the Capoiera guys, or they use a Capoeira kick in mixed martial arts. It's often that one because it comes out of nowhere, like nobody knows. It's pretty unpredictable, right?
Right. Yeah.
Cool. You want one or two more, or how you feeling?
I feel good. I mean, should I practice more on what we've done, or should I learn something?
I mean, it's up to you, really. I think what Simone told you, what time, she told me, normally, what time did she tell you the class ends at?
Well, I saw one
12:45,
place say
or-
from 11 to 12:30. Another place
Yeah,
at
yeah.
11:15 to,
Yeah, Brazilian time, man. So it's whatever. So I don't know, like what I would suggest you do is, like if you want to do stuff on your own, just really work on those ones that I showed you. If you also, if you want, I can text you right now on, I think there's a chat on the Zoom, right?
yeah.
I can text you the names of them too if you want, and then you can like at least, because there's all kinds of tutorials on YouTube about a lot of these, so it can kind of like if you forget what I told you or whatnot, because I probably told you like 10 or something. So
Yeah.
yeah, so I can message you the names of them if that'll help. You think or?
Yeah, I actually, let me see.
Or I can give you one or two more. Depends, whatever you want, man.
I think if you text me a couple of the names, that'll probably help out, and I'll just focus on a couple of those. Yeah.
Sounds good. Sounds good. Yeah. Let me see where the chat is. Oh, I got it. Yeah. Okay. So the one we just did. Shit. Autocorrect is horrible for for Portuguese words. Okay, you see that? You getting that?
Yep, I see that.
Yeah, that's the one we just did. That's probably the hardest one I showed you.
Gotcha.
Let me remember. So esquiva is duck. Esquiva lateral was the first one, just side duck. I'm gonna put the ducks first. Cucurinha is just that low one, which is just like this. Cucurinha. Some of the spelling I might have slightly wrong, so warning in advance.
Okay, no problem.
Cucurinha, and then negativa is oops. Negativa. Negativa is this one, where you like this.
Mm-hmm.
And then the foot drag, Hofstadter. All right, so that's all the like ducks and defensive or trips. So the kicks, well, I put the first, okay, martello, that's the one that's like in Taekwondo. Mm-hmm. Hammer. Then we did queixada. Frente. Queixada lateral. That's kind of like the other one. Well, I don't know if you can see me. I'm holding the camera. Yeah. Queixada lateral. And then meia, lua, de frente. And who's the other one? Oh, there's your French. Oh yeah, we did martello passando. So I think that's all the ones we did today. I might have missed one, but yeah.
Okay. All right, that should be enough for me to practice and work on.
Yeah. Oh, and Ginga is the name of the main. Sorry, I miswrote that. Ginga is the name of the main movement from, that's just the main step that we always do.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. Cool. All right. Well, there's the names of them. If you want, like we have a WhatsApp group. If you ask Simone to add you to it, she can add you to it. And then if you got any questions or whatever, if you're just screwing around by yourself, then, we're all on it. So if I'm not answering, somebody else might, you know what I mean?
Right. Okay. So it's like a group chat thing?
Yeah. We also talk a lot of bullshit, so warning in advance. So.
All right. No problem.
Cool, man. Otherwise, looks good, and you'll definitely be sore in muscles you never realized that you had when you start doing capoeira. So, warning in advance.
Yeah, I feel like I'm moving my hips and stuff in ways that I haven't really moved them before, even in Taekwondo. So yeah.
Yeah, there's shit that you're going home. You go home for the first 2 weeks. It's brutal, man. It's like shit. What is that muscle?
Right. I do a lot of yoga too. And
you used to be better off than I was. My lazy ass. I didn't do shit when I started. So.
Oh yeah, okay. I'm 37 too. I'll be 38 next week. So I'm not so young. So I know it's not easy as you get older. The flexibility.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. There's a lot of us are around that age. It's funny. Yeah. I don't know what it is about DC because I used to train with a different group obviously before I moved to DC in Canada, and there was a lot more younger kids there, early 20s and stuff. But I don't know, just like there's not like, it seems like DC don't have a lot of like, I don't know why. Yeah.
Yeah. When is your
Yeah.
next? When is the next class that you're teaching? Or
Well, I don't know. Like I said, me and Kupi might just get together and fool around on Monday. It's nothing formal, right?
gotcha.
But I don't know what's going on since Bomba has COVID, but he's fine. Like, he's not. I mean, he has it, but he's not suffering, is what I'm trying to say.
Gotcha,
I think he just has a bit of a headache. So
Gotcha.
I don't know moving forward if he's going to just teach the next one on Tuesday online. I know he probably can't do it in person for a while.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think DC rules are even I came back negative, but supposedly I'm supposed to quarantine in DC. So
Oh wow.
I don't know what the rule is there exactly. So I prefer doing them in person just because I'm getting sick of the Zoom shit and whatever. But
I hear you. I like in person.
usually
too.
we just wear face masks and kind of like after we all do our do a bunch of high intense shit, just all go off into a corner, hyperventilate for a while with our masks off,
Right.
in corners far enough away from each other. That's usually the way we do. But
I did have a quick.
yeah, because I was gonna teach it today in person, but yeah, I don't know, whatever.
I was gonna ask. It was gonna be at the DC location next to that park, right? There's like a basketball court.
Yeah, exactly. There's a basketball court. That's where we usually do it on today, like on Saturdays, and then we do it at a school that's 2 or 3 blocks away from that on Tuesday nights because they have good lighting, basically, because that park closes at dark. So
Oh, so that school is that indoors or is that outdoors also?
no, it's outdoors. They just have good lighting outside the school.
Is the school that's next to that park, is that one closed? I mean, I guess they're both closed right now, the DC schools.
I think so. Yeah. Well, no, I don't know if the school's closed in the day. We go there at like 6:30. So.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's closed. There's usually nobody around but us.
And
Maybe 1 or 2 kids.
If I order like the uniform pants and like the belt it's like an online store to get that stuff, or?
Yeah, just talk to Simone. I think basically you're gonna have to wait a bit until you see them in person, anyways, which is fine.
Right.
But yeah, the belt, you got to earn the belt, obviously. But you get the pants. The belt, the way we do it, like basically, well, in normal times we have like what's called a batizado every year.
Uh-huh.
And it's like a big ceremony where you get your belts and it's like a whole, like visiting masters come in. Like we usually bring in a couple guys from Brazil.
Oh, wow.
Other guys come from different groups in New York and stuff like that. It's a lot less formal in some senses. I like in Taekwondo or some of the Asian martial arts. So it's like a lot of the guys from different groups are friends and they all show up at each other's events and stuff like that. But
Right.
not all friends. There's obviously drama. We also have enemies and there's all like drama and shit sometimes.
Of course.
But,
Yeah. So even the first chord, you don't start off with like a beginner chord?
Yeah, if the batizado was tomorrow, you would get the beginner chord if you just walked in the door.
Oh, gotcha.
But you still have to do the batizado because the batizado means baptism.
I got
So the baptism is when your ass hits the ground. You basically got to get knocked down.
Oh, okay, I got you.
And you get knocked down in a should I say, like, it gets harder and harder at the higher belt. Like at the belt I'm at, which is like 4 or 5 up at this point, like they're taking my ass down hardcore, kicking me in the face at these days when I get my new belt. You know what I mean? It's not going to be easy. Not just once too. I'm going to hit the ground a bunch, Everybody's going to want to peek at me, basically.
Right. What belt are you at now?
I'm at blue and yellow, basically. So it's called Monitor. It's like 4 up. We don't have a ton of belts, and you could go like 2 or 3 years between belts depending on your progression. Like it doesn't mean as much, I would say, maybe in Capoeira because, yeah. Like I've had this for like 3 or I think I've had this for 4 years now. 3 years.
Wow.
So yeah, you'll get one, and the first couple ones are a lot quicker than the later ones. You know what I mean?
Do you know when the next batizado is, or because of COVID, it's not going to be for a while?
Yeah, we were supposed to have one last year with a bunch of guys coming in, but obviously that didn't happen. So
Yeah.
yeah, there's kind of like a string that you get when you get the pants that holds it up at least. So
Okay.
yeah.
All right.
But yeah, I wouldn't worry about it. Like, honestly, like some people worry about it. I don't really think much of it because, you know, when I switched groups, obviously I went back to 0 and I was just wearing, you know, because I was wearing a kid's belt because I didn't have anything to hold the pants up. So he just lent me a kid's belt, you know what I mean? But that didn't mean that, like, you know, people saw that and they're like, then they tried to fuck with me. And that was sweet because I could take them down pretty easily.
Right.
So I just underestimated it. So it doesn't necessarily mean something.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Basically, and to complicate things, white is usually master, but some groups, not our group, but some groups, white is also the first belt. So you don't know if somebody's a beginner or the greatest, you know?
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
yeah.
I've seen that.
Yeah. But if they're older and they're Brazilian, then generally speaking, you better watch out for them.
Right. I can imagine.
Yeah. But, you know, that's, you know, it's not something you have to worry about yet because we're not really doing big open hodas where we invite other schools and people you don't know and stuff like that. So
Gotcha.
but yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Cool, man.
All right,
well,
Joshua.
yeah,
Well, thanks.
I'll leave you there. I got to get out of here, but cheers. Yeah. And tell Simone to add you to the group. And then if you just got random questions, just say, hey guys, just practicing this, was wondering, you know, whatever.
Gotcha.
And we put up videos sometimes and, you know, just links to all kinds of stuff on that chat group. So yeah, if you're into it, then yeah.
Oh, I have one more quick question. Do you know how much it costs monthly for the membership, or should I just email Simone about that too?
Everything is so much in flux right now because, you know, like whether it's like they have in person or like in normal times, it's like $130 after tax, I think.
Uh-huh.
And that's unlimited.
Okay.
You can go 4 times a week if you want. That's usually what I do because it's much cheaper that way. And then otherwise, I think it's like what is it, $20 a walk-in class or something?
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
And then you can do another thing too, though. I think that it's, and you'll have to ask Simone about this again because I'm not the admin guy or whatever. But I think there's another thing where you can get like a 10 lesson card or something, and you just kind of you can use it anytime. Like you can use those over time. You know, they just expire. You know, it's just like a scratch card or whatever. You know what I mean?
Gotcha. And who's Simone? Is he like one of the administrators or teachers?
No, Simone, she's Bomba's wife.
Gotcha.
She's the one. Bomba doesn't organize shit, honestly. I don't know why. Sometimes I wonder why she puts up with it, but but she's basically because, you know, he's just typical Brazilian guy who never organizes anything, and, you know, like half of these Capoeira guys, man, if it wasn't for their wives, they wouldn't even have a group. I swear. But
Right.
anyways,
Yeah.
he's his wife.
Got it.
She's probably the one you've been exchanging messages with if you reached out, basically.
Emails. Yep. She's been emailing me. Okay, cool. All right. Well,
Yeah.
thanks for the info, Joshua. I really appreciate it. And thanks for class also. It was awesome.
Yeah. Cheers, man. Yeah. Thanks, man. And hope you enjoyed.
Yep.
Have a
sure
good one.
did. You too.
Cheers. Enjoy the long weekend.
You too, sir. All right. First Capoeira class in the books. It's interesting. Did all right, I think. Got a lot to learn, but I'm gonna get out of here. Have a good weekend. Be mighty one, mighty